In this video, Myron explains why females jump from different friend groups to different friend groups. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like this type of content. And support Myron Gaines X, his original channel.
I just saw a girl say that she went to Miami for New Year's with her friends, and at the club, her bigger friend was told at the door that she has to pay $300 to get in. So all of her friends were like standing there trying to figure out if they're all gonna pay together, if they're gonna split it, like what they're gonna do. And then they ended up saying, we'll all pay for your Uber back home and we'll just see you there so that you're safe and all of that stuff. And the girl's like, well, I'll get in the Uber, but then we're not friends. And then the video cuts to the girls in the club. They actually sent their friend home. What? You just left your friend. The club is never that serious. Never. You just Ubered your friend home and made sure she's safe so that you could party in peace. Oh.
Okay, let's go ahead and break this down. So I go, LOL, women have zero allegiance to each other and hate each other for it. That's why they overwhelmingly prefer male friends, right? So let's go through this.
I just saw a girl say that she went to Miami for New Year's with her.
Okay. Now, one thing I will tell you guys about Miami, especially when you go to Miami at high traffic times like New Year's or Labor Day weekend or this other bullshit. Yes, the clubs are absolutely selective. If you're fat or you're ugly, you're not going to have a good time. Okay, you're not going to have a good time.
Bomba.
They're going to try to make you pay or tell you that you straight up can't come in. Which, honestly, I don't think is that big of a problem. Okay, I honestly don't think that's big of a problem. If you're a woman and you're fat, like, what are you doing? What the are you doing?
Nope.
Let's have a very honest conversation here. As a female, you really only have one job. Don't be ugly, don't be fat. Okay? Don't be ugly, don't be fat. So when you come to Miami, right, and you come on a high traffic weekend, Labor Day weekend, Art Basel, New Year's Eve, the day after Thanksgiving, or the day before Thanksgiving, excuse me. What ends up happening is the bouncers aren't going to let fat or ugly women in. And to be honest with y'all, a lot of times they don't let black women either. Okay? I don't make the rules, I just report them. Niggas don't let black women either, for certain reasons. I think we all know why. So what ends up happening is a lot of women get offended by this. And a lot of women don't come to Miami for that reason, by the way. All the ugly that are fat that look like shit, guess where those go? They go to Nashville, okay?
Bomba.
They go to Vegas.
Bomba.
They go to Memphis.
Bomba.
They go to Fort Lauderdale.
Bomba.
Right? Oh, yeah, I like, it's so much more fun. Miami's sucks. Yeah, Miami sucks if you're ugly, okay? If you're an ugly girl in Miami, you're gonna have a bad time.
Bomba.
Okay? It is what it is. It's like the Olympics out here. All right? And honestly, look, if you're an ugly woman, I get it. But if you're fat, that's completely unacceptable. Okay, I've been saying this for the better part of a decade, so let's go ahead and go back in time. Don't worry, Top H, we're gonna bring you back out. We're on JTube, you know how that goes. As a female, you really only have one job, okay? Don't be ugly. Your weight is a very important part of your sexual market value as a woman, okay? If you can't even control what goes into your mouth, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. I don't know what to tell you. And here's the thing, even if you want to eat pizza and be a glutton, go to the gym, okay? You can work that off to some degree. But a lot of these women are just fat because they can be. Because men are going to simp on them on Instagram and all this other shit. But here's the problem. Filters don't work in real life. Okay? Facetune doesn't work in real life. Okay? So it's going to be very tough for you when you show up to the front door of a club in Miami, okay, where they're charging niggas $500 to get in because it's New Year's Eve, and then you're done 500 pounds. What the do you think is going to happen? Of course niggas are going to tell you, sorry, you didn't meet the dress code, or sorry, we're at capacity, or sorry, we're only letting certain girls in, whatever lies they be telling. Or sometimes niggas just straight up say, sorry, you don't meet the looks requirement. You're too big. Niggas don't give a right? Ain't no Instagram filters in real life, okay? That makeup can only go so far. That waist trainer can only go so far. That's the reality. You show up to the front door,
It's over 9,000
pounds. You deserve to not be allowed in. Okay, you deserve it. Women live life on easy mode and they still up. That's the crazy part to me. Imagine getting everything handed to you. Imagine life being on easy mode. Imagine playing on recruit difficulty and still losing the game every time. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. So I don't feel any sorry for these, right? You fat shows up to the front door. Oh, they want to get in.
Denied.
Get the up out of here, bro. You had one job and you couldn't even do that. Eat less, move more. Like the fat the other day. You guys saw that when we had clavicular on? Bro, 180 pounds. Nigga, what? Disgusting. Disgusting. And you know where I blame for that? You dumb Myron niggas. You chubby chasing, Kool-Aid drinking, fried chicken consuming, rap listening, dumb got these white gassed. Holy shit. These aren't just out of shape, they are a shape. These are circles.
Welcome, punch!
friends,
Incredible.
and at the club her bigger friend was told at the door that she has to pay $300 to get in.
Nigga said, hey, if we're gonna bring your fat, then you gotta pay, bruh. You take up 2 spots.
So all of her friends were like standing there trying to figure out if they're all gonna pay together, if they're gonna split it, like what they're gonna do. And
they're not gonna pay because women are extremely cheap. Guys, anyone that's a waitress here or a waiter will tell you, serving a table of women is gonna be a L. Serving a table of women is gonna be a problem. You wanna know why? Because he's always split the bill. And whenever you split the bill, besides the fact it makes you, nobody wants to pay tip.
Yep.
Nobody wants to do it. That check comes. Oh, how much are we gonna tip? Everybody looking around like,
Nope.
that's females, bruh. That's females. They love fine dining until they're the ones that gotta pay the fine for the fine dining, if you know what I'm saying. Love fine dining when they're not paying.
they ended up saying, we'll all pay for your Uber back home and we'll just see you there so that you're safe and all of that stuff. And the girl's like, well, I'll get in the Uber, but then we're not friends. And then the video cuts to the girls in the club.
And this, my friends, is why women don't like each other. Okay? You guys got to understand that women are opportunists. Okay? Not only are they opportunists in the sexual marketplace when it comes to how they deal with men, they're also opportunists when they deal with each other. Anyone in here? I want you guys to really think about this. Go down deep in your memory. Right? Think of your sister or your female cousin or your girlfriend or a wife or anything. What did you notice? Did you notice that through a woman's lifetime, she has multiple groups of friends and she's never able to stay friends with a group of women for a long period of time? You guys ever catch on to that? You guys ever notice that? That women don't really hold on to friend groups the same way that men do? I could contact one of my childhood friends right now. Matter of fact, one of them called me. He ran into Sneeko. Shout out to my guy, Edwin. Right? I can hit up my childhood friends and we can watch Dragon Ball Z like nothing changed. It's 2001 again. Okay? Literally.
It's over 9,000!
We can make the same corny jokes that we used to make. Reminisce on prank calling. I told you guys about prank calling Chinese stores and shit like that, right? With my buddy Jeremy. I told y'all about all that stuff. I still got these guys' numbers and I'm still in contact with them. Okay? Women aren't like that. A guy will have a guy friend, childhood friend. You don't see that nigga for 10 years. You guys connect again. Yeah, he's probably a little bit balder, maybe a bit fatter, maybe he got a now. But you guys will make a joke or you guys will go back and watch anime together like nothing happened. Right? Women aren't like that. Okay? Women aren't like that. Women are opportunists. Not just with men, but also with their friend groups as well, a lot of the times. Now, are there some women that could hold friendship groups and shit like that? Of course. But what I've realized is I've noticed with females, they tend to bounce from friend group to friend group way more than men do. Way more. And it's because women have a natural predatory companionship relationship. Does that make sense? Let me explain what I mean by this. When women assess men, they assess, what can this guy do for me? Every single time a woman goes into a relationship with a man, right? She thinks to herself, okay, what could this nigga do for me? Okay, like women are opportunists 100% when it comes to how they deal with men. And that's fine because hypergamy is very real. Okay, it's very, very real. Women need to know that the guy that they're with has some capability of supporting them and providing for them. Otherwise, why is this nigga here? That's how they look at it, right? Now, when they assess other women, they might not hold them to the same financial prerogatives or the same financial standard, but they are going to hold them like, okay, what does it do for me? Is she going to get me into clubs? Is she going to get me into parties? Does she have a good social circle around her? Can she introduce me to friends? Does she have certain situations set up? right? And with women, just like women have the ability to kind of cut men off, no problem, move on to other things, they can do the same thing with each other. And they're very catty and very combative. And the other thing also that you guys need to understand is that they're extremely fake to each other, right? When you're out with your friends, you can tell your friend, hey, you look like a slob. You got to go change, bro. We're not going to get into the club, nigga. What? All right. You, and he'll go change. Women don't operate like that. Them niggas took that fat out knowing she looked like shit. But they said, it is what it is, right? They didn't tell her the truth. They knew they were going to go to a club and she was going to get denied at. They knew that her was biggest. They knew she was going to get in, but they let it happen anyway. Why? Because women aren't honest with each other, right? They're just not. They don't tell each other the truth for anything. And this is shown through their TikTok and through their Instagrams. How many women do you guys see all the time saying, oh yeah, you're perfect the way that you are. You don't need to change. You don't need to become a better woman. It's okay. Like, these men are missing out on you, baby. What? Bruh, let's reverse that. Let's say your guy friend, right? You're like, we're the bros, we're all hanging out, right? And your boy is fat, a slob, looks like shit, disheveled, and he said, yo, hey niggas, I'm about to get me a baddie. What do we all do? We look at that nigga like, what? We'd point at this nigga and air fry his dumb.
Denied.
Okay? We would absolutely cook him, right? That nigga would get the fire treatment. Blamed. What are you talking about? You gonna get no, bro? You haven't had sex in a year. Get the out of here. Niggas just cook him for an hour straight, right? Women don't do that. Walks into the room, all of her dumb friends, I deserve a 6-figure nigga, a 9-figure nigga, 10-figure nigga, 7-figure nigga, whatever the these dumb say nowadays. I'm hot. I'm bad. Woo. Looking like a beluga whale. What do a friend say? You go, girl. Yeah. Know your worth. You a queen. These niggas can't handle you. They don't deserve you. See the difference? Men, we let our friends know that the smack of reality is coming. Women don't. Okay? Because these fat, ugly that are will sit there and say, I deserve a top tier guy, and their friends will sit there and encourage us to say, yeah, know what you're worth. Men, on the other hand, fat loser nigga, hey, I deserve a bad. We're gonna laugh at that nigga. We say, shut the up, bro. Shut the up, dude. Like, are you bro? You don't deserve nothing. We gotta cook that nigga into oblivion. But since women don't get negative reinforcement for their delusion, they're allowed to operate in delusion. Well, until they go to that club, New Year's Eve, weighing 250 pounds, thinking that they're gonna get it. Next thing you know, 250 pounds, now you gotta pay $300, and you're like, what the is going on? And that's when they get the reality check, right? That's when they get the reality check. A lot of times, too late they get the reality check. So that's the world that women live in. I remember one time vividly, right? That there was this chick that came on and she was fat, and I told her she was fat. She came back on the show months later and lost the weight, chat. Okay? She lost weight. It was actually almost brought a tear to my eyes. I was so happy. Because normally, you guys know, I don't give advice to women because they're delusional. But this girl, I guess, like, came on the show and I helped her lose weight, and it